like them?
I love that nobody really cares if the mics are live or not, just how each other's nails look. That's what happens on a scintillating Friday here on Collider TV Talk. I'm Josh Macuga, just steering this ship towards the weekend where hopefully beers will be drank, football will be watched, and everything else in between. We have a very special Friday because I haven't been here in 2 Fridays, so I haven't seen the amazing, the lovely person to my far right in so long, and I know all of you have been tweeting about where is the synopsis, where's the synopsis. Well, later on in the show, you will get the synopsis because guess who's here? One Sinead de Vries.
Yay!
Woo!
I miss you guys so much.
Oh, we miss you.
Happy Friday. Happy almost football Sunday. I'm super
Yes.
excited. Happy all the Coronas will be drank.
I didn't know you were a Corona girl.
What kind of beer would you think?
I
I would
actually
drink?
would totally think you were a Corona girl.
I thought you were more like an IPA, like a craft kind of beer girl.
No, you know, I was big into IPAs a couple years ago, but my palate has changed a little bit over the
Interesting.
Refined to
years.
some Corona.
Instead of like a few beers, now you can drink like 30 Coronas.
Yeah, and I also drink whiskey.
Yeah.
That's always my go-to. You know, we've talked about
Yeah,
this.
of course, of course.
But yeah, Corona goes the best with whiskey.
It sure does. You know, whiskey goes really good with whiskey too. I just
Yeah.
chase my whiskey with whiskey. Also here is our mother of ginger dragon. Speaking of Game of Thrones, it's Grace Hancock.
Oh, good
Hey, Grace.
morning. Happy Friday. I have not had that much whiskey since I went to New York with this guy last year, and I have still not gotten over it.
We drank a lot of
We
it.
drink like all the whiskey in New York City. But please tweet me your whiskey-related Twitter questions at Mrs. Graceface, hashtag Collider TV Talk. Nailed it, no stumbles.
Boom! Nailed it. Put down the remote. Pick up a handheld remote. All right.
Great.
Before we get into the show, I just want to. We don't actually thank them enough, but Adam and Cody really have done an amazing job this whole week. 9 a.m. is really tough on production, especially when Movie Talk is going at 7 a.m. It's been like weird kind of shake up here at the studio, and these guys, not a complaint, at least not to me, and have really knocked it out of the park. So thank you, Cody Hall. Thank you, Adam Smith. You guys have really done a great job. Cobster as well, shooting the promos, Jonathan Voico. So thank you guys. The shows aren't possible without you. If you guys are on Twitter or whatever today, shoot them a tweet, tell them thanks. What's first, Grace?
All right, so Netflix has released 2 images from the upcoming Black Mirror episodes USS Callister and Archangel. So USS Callister is kind of like this cool Star Trek vibes, and this one right here, Archangel, is kind of like this fringe-esque child experimentation. So it looks like we're in for a really wild time, and I'm totally into it.
Black Mirror is weird, right? It's a weird show.
Yeah, I mean, the pilot is like, yep.
Yeah.
It's weird.
If you can get past the pilot, like a lot of people watch the pilot, like, I'm not going to watch the show anymore. It's like, just so you know, it's not a series of government officials banging pigs. Like, that's not what the show is. But we have yet to see any space-related Black Mirror episodes. Like, nothing, because that sort of looks like the Orville. Did you see who else is in that picture, Sinead? Can we bring that up real quick? That's our girl from Chewing Gum.
Where?
On the left, in the red. See
No
the guy sitting?
way.
That's our girl on the left. Yeah, to the left.
For reals? For reals?
Yeah, for reals, for
I
reals.
keep looking over
I'm
here.
looking,
It's not
I'm like
there.
trying to find help. I'm like,
That's our
Really?
girl.
That's
And you were the one that turned me
awesome.
on to Chewing Gum, which I think is one of the funniest shows.
She is yeah, now I can see
That's
it.
her, yeah.
She is really funny. She's
yes.
kind of got that that
hot.
timing down perfectly.
Yes. And then the girl on the right was she in Game of Thrones? I can't like.
no, that's Kristen, blah, 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 who's in How I Met Your Mother.
Correct.
And
There
that's
you
her
go.
actual last name.
Our bad. Yeah. It's just, but this is the one that
Jesse Plemons.
I know, and sort of still has the weight from Fargo, but not as much.
But look at like a damn boss in that chair.
But much more Orville than what we
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
the Orville was going to be, for sure. But I can't wait to see like what weirdness this is. Like, is it a TV show where they're constantly stuck in these characters? Like the girl can't get the blue paint
like
off.
like cheeseball-y a little bit, like
Yeah.
intentionally. Yeah.
I think the point with Black Mirror is to like really turn your world on its head and be like, God, I hope this never happens. But it's so close to home that it could happen. Like the one last year with Bryce Dallas Howard was like,
yeah.
that was brutal.
Chilling.
Yes. Sinead, I think you would really like Black Mirror.
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces of it.
Yeah.
I always talk about this. On the show, I was like, I'm going to watch it. I know I would like it.
Yeah. Because it's
But
creepy
yeah.
dark, like stuff that you like.
And just
It is.
the way everybody talks about it.
Yeah.
Everybody's always like, oh my God. Like people talk about it around me and they like talk about the episode like years later. Like
Yeah.
the Christmas episode I've heard a gajillion times.
It's
Mostly from
creepy.
you guys, but I mean.
I just show up outside
did you
Sinead's
watch
house
the
and,
Christmas
"Hey."
episode?
Christmas episode.
When I mean like people talk about things around me, I just mean like my 4 friends from Collider. No, but seriously.
Oh, perfect. All right, what's next, Grace?
All right, so Minka Kelly is going to be recurring as Dove in the new live-action series Titans, which will premiere next year on DC's to-be-named new digital service. So we were talking about this a little bit off air. She hasn't like super done a whole lot. She's always kind of going to be Lila Garrity to me.
Yeah.
She was on Jane the Virgin, Parenthood, since
Sure.
Friday Night Lights. But this is what do you guys?
Sure.
What do you do? Do you care? What are your thoughts?
I mean, I think I know her name, right? If you watch
should
Friday
know.
Night Lights,
yeah.
you
Right.
know who she is. If you didn't watch Friday Night Lights, do you know who she is?
Like, here's the thing. I think she lives in two worlds, right? You're either your Friday Night Lights fan, you're like the really hot girl Lila Garrity from Friday Night Lights,
Yeah.
who as soon as she stepped on screen, I was like, oh god.
Yeah, there's something about her.
Yes, it's like when girls see Ryan Gosling or when guys see Ryan Gosling. Either
Yeah.
way. But when Minka Kelly came on for Friday Night Lights, my brother texted me, he's like, yo, Lila Garrity? Question mark? And I was like, yeah, Lila Garrity. But she hasn't like, or you're in the other camp of like, she was Derek.
You guys are such losers.
Yep. The Macuga brothers, losers.
Yo,
I want to like be
Lila
on that
Garrity?
group text.
Question mark? I'm like,
Oh,
yeah.
don't even tell me you don't text cal.co like Ryan Gosling? Question mark. Yep.
don't.
Yes, you
I
do.
don't.
Stop it. You definitely do.
I
You do.
don't.
Okay.
I do not.
But or you're in the camp that like Minka Kelly was Derek Jeter's girlfriend for a long time. Like you don't really know her as like, man, she's been in some really awesome stuff.
Right.
But this DC like straight to digital thing, again, in Titans, we don't know what this is. Does it go right to your cell phone? Does it go to like a streaming platform that also goes right to your cell phone? Does it buzz into your head? Like the way they talk about straight to digital, I don't understand. Like, is this something new we don't know about?
I know. Every time they talk about it, I'm like, just name it. What are you? They're like, our new direct. Okay. Nope.
We have.
I just
guys,
get really
we had
frustrated
it.
about this digital
We had it.
service. Okay, but they keep saying that
Grace?
it's straight
Question
to
mark.
consumer.
Yep.
It's like, is this coffee? Sure. But it's like they keep saying that it's straight to consumers. What the hell? TV is not straight to like. I don't get it. Like,
Yes.
what are you?
Like Best
Are you
Buy
an app?
is straight to consumer, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So what is another store called?
Well, that's
Just
what
like,
I mean. Yeah, exactly. It's like they're saying like this is where you watch TV. It's like, well, yeah, you're
Wouldn't
a show.
everything be straight to digital
That's what I'm
then?
saying.
I don't
Yes.
get it.
Yes. Again.
So I just want them to name it and be like DC Online or something, and so I can just say that.
I feel like this went off
instead
the
of-
rail because we're not really talking about Minka Kelly, but
Yeah.
I don't really care either. I
But like,
I'm honest.
isn't it maybe DC? Okay, DC has all their animated. Is this a movie or is this a TV show?
No, this
live
is live
action.
action. TV show.
TV show. Okay.
Well, direct to consumer TV show.
Right. Because I was gonna say
Digital direct to consumer.
Right. So Right. Okay. So you know how DC has a lot of their like animated movies. They're pretty
Yes.
good.
Yeah.
All those animated movies, and like usually they'll be released like
Theater?
DVD or whatever. Not even theater. So maybe
Yeah,
straight to digital would, or direct to digital DTD
Watch.
would work in that sense where I would
That's
understand
what they
like.
should name it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
D2D.
like when I would understand, okay, they mean like instead of all of that, we're just gonna put it on the streaming site. But
Right.
for a TV show, that makes zero sense. So
Right.
basically, my entire story doesn't matter.
Again, we're confused. What we're least
I
confused
enjoy it
about
so
is that Minka Kelly is an actress. That's what she does.
Right. She
And
was
she's
on
gonna
Friday
be-
Night Lights, which was great.
Yes.
And
And she
Josh and her
dated
brother
Derek Jeter.
both
Did you
think
hit
she's
it?
mega hot.
Nailed it. Crushed it. I will say this. Hot Girl in the first season of Legends of Tomorrow and part of Arrow was not great. So hopefully Minka Kelly as Dove, which is basically just a nicer hot girl, may be better.
Okay, sure.
Release the doves.
My hopes are super high.
She just shows up at funerals and they're like, release me. And she just flies
I'm
away.
sure that's exactly what it is.
She also has great shower soap. Very nice on the skin. Dove. Cody agrees. Cody knows. All right, what's next?
All right. Okay, so Don Cheadle and Andrew Rannells will star. Thank you. Thank you.
I
Thank
like
you,
this.
everyone.
We did you hold up your fists?
And they switched to the graphic just in time, right? Andrew Rannells.
Hit it.
I am sweating.
Rannells.
Will star in the upcoming comedy show. What am I doing? Comedy show. Okay.
Showtime show.
Showtime comedy pilot. Ball Street.
Ball Street.
I really, really love this pairing. I think both of them are so talented, and it's going to be the series is going to open on Black Monday in 1987, and it's going to kind of follow this group of outsiders who kind of take on Wall Street in the
Right.
midst of this whole financial come down. So
Well, we've talked about House of Lies, which I enjoyed. At least the first few seasons, I kind of went off as like it became like the same show each season.
Right.
But they're talking about the 1987 crash, which we really haven't gotten into. We obviously saw Wolf of Wall Street, which was more about like the success of the 80s, and then you had the one with The Big Short, which was the fall of this era's thing. But we haven't really seen like the fall of, I mean, there's a couple movies out there, I'm sure people will correct me, but there hasn't been like something like this to go back. I'm sure there's gonna be some good 80s nostalgia. And Don Cheadle, he crushed it in House of Lies. He's really good in like serious comedies, right?
He's gonna
Yeah.
mostly every.
Yeah, I mean, they're
It's like a
amazing.
99% approval rate.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, he's good
He's
on
like a
Rotten Tomatoes.
99 on Rotten, for sure.
For sure.
There's one guy out there like, I hate Don Cheadle. Andrew Rannells, I was never a girls fan. I've said it on the show a billion times. It hit too close to home, and I lived in New York. I knew those idiot kind of girls.
Right.
But every time I've seen him in something else, like the dude is a star.
Where
He's
else?
so
where else is
talented.
he from? Because I also could not stand
Like-
girls enough to watch it.
Yeah, Book of Mormon, he was incredible.
Yeah, he was also in The New Normal.
The New Normal.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not the one that I'm
Oh,
recognizing
you're
it
thinking.
from. Anything else?
Every time
I mean,
he goes
he's
on
guest
Jimmy
starred
Fallon,
on, like,
he's good.
everything.
Okay,
He's
so
like
it's
one of those guys
it's
that's
one
like
of
been
the-
on every
okay.
show, and you're like, oh, it's that guy. But I really, really despise
He's like
girls.
a talented
but he's
Skylar
really good
Astin.
in it.
Girls. He's like Skylar Astin, but like better. Does that make sense? Like Pitch Perfect. Not the. I'm speaking of the wrong guy.
I think I know.
Do you know
okay,
what I'm saying?
I'm 100% on the same
Like so,
page.
Skylar
with you.
Astin is good in Pitch Perfect. His friend, the magician, I think is probably better. So I think he's like the friend that's the magician. No.
And I
That's
appreciate
like the
and
weirdest
understand-
comparison
It was
ever.
very roundabout, but like I'm with you.
I feel like that was 10 times more complicated than it needed
It's a
to
Friday,
be.
guys.
Like
We've
us
made it
trying
this
to
far.
discuss DC's digital
Yes,
service.
yes. It's direct to Don Cheadle. It's just straight to him, and then
He's the only consumer.
and he
Straight to
distributes.
Don.
Yeah, straight to Don Cheadle. Welcome to Don Cheadle's streaming service. I approve it first because I have a 99% Rotten Tomatoes, and then I get it to you.
Ah, it's funny.
Woo! All right.
Oh lordy.
What do you think? Should we move on?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Let's move on.
What's next?
We're gonna go to De Vries Style.
Oh, we don't even have the Vries Style graphic anymore, huh? We
That's not
Oh.
De Vries
Wait,
Style.
all right. Try that again. I gave Adam and Cody so many
All the
compliments.
viewers just got super stoked. They thought it was time for the synopsis.
But instead, it's
What
the
a
Vries
tease.
Style.
There's literally no graphic.
Although-
Just be the graphic.
It's okay
Be
because
the
I also
graphic.
totally looked at a tripod with no camera before I looked at my camera.
that
Looking
one?
at the tripod,
That
like,
one?
and next.
This is basically student radio right now. We're just running student radio. We're crushing this live stream. All right,
funny.
let's talk De Vries Style today. We're going to talk the Bachelor casting that popped up yesterday, right?
Yeah.
This Ari Lewandike Jr. guy. We're still waiting on a graphic. We're never going to see it. So let's do our segment.
They're
Sinead.
like hard at work back there too.
You can see them stressing
never
out.
moved-
back there.
Cody's like, seen them move so
moving. He's
fast.
like, oh my god, where is this graphic?
Do we get it? Oh, there he is, Ari Lewandike Jr. Nailed
Out
it,
of the park.
Cody. What do you,
Oh,
like the whole
God.
internet exploded with this yesterday.
Yeah.
Every celebrity wanted something. I mean, listen, he's as old as I am, so it gives a guy hope, right? That like, old
Yeah.
people can be on TV too.
Oh,
And-
then you must have been really offended when yesterday I walked in and I was like, the Bachelor's so old.
Cool, thanks, Sinead.
Wait, how
I'm
old
sorry.
is he?
First of all, okay, I'm
He's your
sorry.
age?
That wasn't a diss to you. I didn't know you guys were the same age. But this guy looks like a daddy.
Yeah, he's old.
He looks like a.
daddy.
Is it mean like because I don't watch The Bachelor, I don't know anything, but like that's kind of a derpy face, right?
He's a little derpy.
It's a little derpy.
He's a little derpy, but apparently you know what? Right around Emily's season, you saw Emily's season, right?
Yeah.
Right around that season of Emily, I was taking a break from because I started watching The Bachelor very first season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched
Yeah,
it with my
well,
mom when I was like 8, and then and I've watched it ever since. But there were a couple
Now you
seasons
know.
in there. Yeah, there's a couple seasons in there that we stopped watching simply because we found the contestants and the people on the show to be very boring.
Yeah.
And this was
Like
one of
this
those
season of
seasons.
Rachel Lindsay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But this was one of those seasons, but he actually was very, beloved. A lot of people really, really liked him because he's a really nice guy. But I think they
But
had
he's
to...
also famous in the Netherlands. Like, he's a big deal in Europe because his dad is a super, super famous auto driver. His dad, Arie Lewandijk.
But he has like 500 followers on Instagram.
Does he really?
Yeah.
And that's the be-all, end-all for your worth
Wait,
as
well,
a
maybe
bachelor.
he just started his Instagram
Like
account.
500. No.
Wait, the dad or the...
No, him.
Really?
Dad.
Well, here's the thing. The dad has won the Indy 500 twice. And, like, it's a royal family in the Netherlands. The dad is, like, the greatest
Didn't
auto racer to
he
come out of
also
there.
raced, right?
He raced, but he wasn't any good. Like, he never made it to the major circuit. I mean, when you are, you got to imagine when you're a professional football player's kid, it's really hard, or like a professional athlete's kid or anything like that, to come through the footsteps is really tough.
Yeah.
He had all the opportunities. I mean, his dad owned the racing team, all that kind of stuff.
It's crazy.
But he comes over here, he does The Bachelor. I think it's kind of cool that it's not just like Peter Krause, the Instagram model that was supposedly a contestant on this Bachelor, or Dean, who supposedly was a doucher in
I'm going to
Bachelor in
pretend
Paradise.
like you weren't just rude to Peter, but I agree with you in the sense that I'm glad they actually went back to somebody that a lot of us don't know or aren't as familiar with. I don't think he's in this for fame because he has been out of it. He never pursued anything. His season happened in a time where social media wasn't controlling the world, and the Bachelor people weren't everywhere you looked.
And he's not jonesing for money because he's a millionaire already.
Yeah,
It's
and
fine.
don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think they're all doing that. I just think that is their business now, you know? The Bachelor people now have a business after the show is, and it makes sense. Like, they have to hang out with each other, and they have to do all these, like, business deals and sponsorships and blah, blah, blah.
Sure.
It makes all the sense in the world, but it is kind of
Earn your
interesting.
fame while you got it.
Well, exactly.
Yep.
But it is kind of interesting that we're getting somebody that hasn't been in that circuit for a long time.
Yeah, and I kind of like it too because, like we said, this season of The Bachelorette was horrendous.
It was so boring.
was so boring. And you may want to like Peter or whatever,
I do love
but
Peter.
that dude is boring. He's a boring dude.
Peter, I love Peter so much.
He is your type.
I love Peter.
But I'm kind of now. This adds a little intrigue. We don't really know this guy. This is a little more. Arie Lewandijk Jr. Is he going to take him road racing? Who knows?
Yeah.
Just saying. It adds a little panache.
It's daddy season.
It's daddy season.
Heyo.
All right. Now it's time.
Now it's time for
Here
that.
we go.
For that
Are you
bomb
guys ready?
graphic.
Cody and Adam are ready. There it is.
There we
Our
go.
finale. Synopsis. I will say, Sinead, the fans love this. I love that you did this.
I had to get off of Twitter because you guys were stressing me out because everyone was asking me when you were going to get the synopsis.
I know.
And I legitimately had some serious guilt, like I had actual real life guilt, to the point where I was like, Wendy, tell Josh I'm going to come in to TV Talk tomorrow. I'm just going to walk on, do the synopsis, and walk off.
And I'm out.
And she's like, are you sure? And I was like, no, damn it, that's not a good idea. What am I thinking? Just out of serious guilt.
You know who's the most stressed out about you doing the synopsis? One Ray Ora, our head of graphics here at Collider.
Oh,
He's like,
I know.
when's she going to do it? I was like, Ray, take it easy. We know you've been waiting on this graphic for a while, and you're really proud of putting Sinead's head on Arya Stark.
And then in the same conversation, he asked if we had Sarah Paulson's number.
Yeah.
She's hot.
Yeah, cool. Ray, there
We
you
were
go.
like, ooh,
All right,
no.
so, Sinead.
Yeah.
Are you ready for a synopsis?
I'm ready.
All right. I think we may need to pick a new show in the fall for you
I
to
know
do
a lot of
synopsis.
people have started sending in suggestions.
Which one? What are you thinking?
What is,
Have you ever watched Walking Dead?
yeah.
Okay.
Where have you been? I thought we're friends.
Yeah, whoopsie daisy.
I don't understand. We used to review this shit together. Don't
That's
you
true.
remember?
That's true. I
Remember that one time you thought I wasn't watching Legion, like halfway through the season? He was like, Shane, I know you don't watch the show. I'd literally been reviewing it like for the past 7 episodes with him on the show.
Also, yesterday I said, first time on the Daily TV Talk, Perry Nemrod. She's like, I was here 2 weeks ago. I was like, whoops, daisy.
That really concerns me, okay? It's like when my mom starts forgetting shit, I'm like, Mom, you're really concerning me because I start
know. I'm
thinking
like,
she's
you
getting
can't
like
do this
early
to
onset
me.
dementia or
Yeah.
something. So we need to keep an eye
It's
on you
also
over
drugs. So, all right, let's do it.
there.
Sinead.
All right.
This one goes out to Peter
I don't even
Krause.
remember like any of this anymore, you know?
Well, that's the point.
I literally don't remember any of this. All right. The men without weens are preparing for the war. Daenerys is MIA, but her squad has gone to meet Cersei at a shitty coliseum. Shouldn't it be snowing? Daenerys better hurry up because this shit is awkward. Sounds like the internet is dialing up again, which means that Daenerys is finally here via dragon, and Cersei is trying so hard to pretend she's not totally jelly. Homeboy better be going to get that cracked out zombie because I'm so over this Night King convo. Finally, of course it takes Cersei almost getting eaten by a zombie to be convinced that this Walking Dead shit is for reals. But surprise, surprise, it's still not enough. Jon has to agree to be her bitch, but he's like, sorry, I promised to be Daenerys' bitch. All he had to do was lie, but he pussies out and Cersei's like, you can walk home, bitches. Speaking of pussies, brother lover is obviously not going to stand up to Cersei, and homie with the funny accent is already halfway back to his island. So Dinklage steps up because he's clearly the only sane one around here. OMG, Cersei's knocked up. It all makes sense now. It's been hormones this entire time. Also, incest baby, that can't be cute. Another symptom of pregnancy, mood swings, because Cersei is back on board. You can tell this is a good moment because the music is playing. I almost forgot about redhead bitch and her shady life coach. Don't listen to him, redhead bitch.
Forgot about redhead bitch.
Yeah, she was in the episode for like ever. I was like, oh my God, there's that girl. It's been a really crazy day for everybody involved. So Team Daenerys is taking a little break. They're playing the board game. This kid wants to go save somebody, but these men are like, scram, loser. Now they're fighting, and either this kid is weanless or he has a bionic dick. Maisie Williams is in a shit ton of trouble, and it's all shady life coach's fault. Oh shit, plot twist. Motherfucker is dead. Oh my God, Jon and Daenerys are totally about to fucking do it. Don't you shut that door. Also, LOL at Peter Dinklage listening from the shadows. Creeper. Blah, blah, blah. They're related. Just show me his butt already.
Yeah.
It's zombie dragon time, bitches. This Night King fucker's really starting to get on my last nerve, flying around like he owns the place. Bitch, you just got here. Calm the fuck down. Shit is about to go down. Don't you? Season's over.
Synopsis. Man. I spit out. I'm like kind of choking on my water, and the redhead bitch is back.
I'm really happy that redhead bitch finally got smart about that life coach guy.
Yeah,
Right.
Agreed.
Because her therapist was fucked up.
No shit.
What is he?
He's like a consultant, like
So,
a terrible
like a life
consultant.
coach.
Yeah, he's
Like
like
the-
a terrible life coach.
The medieval version of a 2017 life coach.
He's like Dean's parents in The Bachelorette.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. See what I did there?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Grace, let's do some Twitter questions.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to go to our friend at Raoul Jane. What analogy would you guys like to see Black Mirror tackle next?
Man, those easy pass things, you know when you drive through and you don't
Like
know
a
if
fast pass
yeah, like a
thing?
fast pass, but now they track you everywhere and they know like the fast pass now like looks into your car and they can see everything that's going on, so it becomes like this technology, and the fast pass tracks everybody. Everybody has to
Yeah,
have
have you ever been in the wrong lane and gotten a ticket,
ticket?
and then
Yeah.
they send you creepy like Big Brother pictures
of you?
And then my dad walks into my room and he's like, you ran a red light. And I was like, no, I didn't. And he just goes,
Yep.
and it's literally me, like in my car running a red light.
It's a
And then
headshot. Like I'm
there's-
looking at the camera like,
It's in.
oh my God, they got me. Yep.
Okay, lie.
That's why you always need to wear sunglasses so they can't necessarily like
Of
prove
course
that it's you.
did.
Yeah.
Josh started like, shit.
Don't look at it. I can't stop looking at it.
That's hilarious.
Yes.
I haven't seen enough Black Mirror to know what they've,
Yeah.
I don't know, Pokemon Go. I'm not sure.
That's actually not bad. Like you have to catch people and put them in things, and the more people you catch and kill, like you win.
It's like the Purge meets Pokemon Go.
Well, I
Go.
I meant just.
Boom. No. All right.
No, I meant just because everyone was obsessed with Pokemon Go. We were all playing it for a really long time.
We
It's something
being-
along those lines. But
Right,
that
right.
works too. Pokemon Go works
Pokemon
too.
Go. All right. What's next?
You want to do one more?
Yeah, sure.
So from, I'm just going to say your name because from Carly Elizabeth. What's one canceled TV show you'd like to see brought back somehow? And then what's one you don't want back?
We get this question all
All the
the
time.
time.
Yeah.
Canceled show that I want brought back. Probably The Get Down on Netflix, because I was the only person that watched that show.
You hated that show in the beginning.
I know.
Just-
And then I became a real big fan of
Yeah.
like Beatbox, Beat Boys, Bronx, Boom. The show that is canceled that I never want brought back. Probably like
Will on TNT.
Will on TNT. Yes. Done and done.
I've
Will.
never even heard
no,
of that show.
Vinyl. I never want
Exactly,
Vinyl brought
exactly.
back. 'cause if
Vinyl
they're
will
gonna
never
keep-
come back.
If they keep treating Vinyl like they treated Vinyl the first season, I never want that show back.
Yeah, no, I think they just want to pretend like it never happened, so no one talks about it.
Yeah.
Literally, not even the people who are in the show
No.
talk about it.
You interview Bobby Cannavale, like, so what about vinyl? He's like, love CDs.
Yeah,
Big
he's
CD
like,
guy.
yeah, I have a few of those at home.
Huge,
Yep, I do.
huge.
I say this all the time, but I forget the. Okay, actually, no. I'm going to say something different.
Go.
I might have said this, though, already. But there was a show on the CW called The Secret Circle. It was one season.
Like the little like witchy show?
Yes, I feel like they need to redo that show because it actually had a very good plot, very good like storyline between like this girl moves back to her town where her grandma lives, and like her mom and her dad were part of this like crazy cult like witch thing, and she kind of gets dragged back into it. But it was really corny when they did it, and it was very, very like CW
It could have been
still.
The Craft.
Yeah, but the CW was still trying to find like their groove, you know. It was the beginning of the CW like hitting gold because now I feel like they've figured it out. Their writing is on point now because it still has that like fun teenagey kind of thing where you can watch an episode and be like, okay, calm down.
It's still a little soapy.
But you know,
But
it's
it's,
still
like, good
good.
soapy,
Where that was
like
a little
Riverdale.
bit too on the soapy side or
Yeah.
just too like cheesy. So I want them to redo that show so bad.
Secret Circle.
And it was Britt Robertson, who I love so much. She's like my favorite
It
human
was
being.
Britt Roberts. Is it Britt Roberts or Robertson? I'm gonna
It might be
look
Britt
up.
Roberts.
Hold on, I'm gonna look it up.
Robertson.
Oh, what?
Cody knew. Cody's got a
always
crush.
knows.
Cody got a little
And
crush.
Cody's
I love
walking
her
out.
so much. I love her so much.
Okay.
Cody left.
Cody's gone.
He's like,
He pulled
my
a
work
Macuga.
here is done.
Britt Robertson.
But yeah, so that
Everything's
would be,
forgiven
that would
about
be
the
good
graphic.
to bring back.
Okay.
Also, when is Backstage coming back? Because I've been dying for that show.
They canceled that.
No, they didn't.
they definitely
I would
did.
freaking drive my ass all the way to Canada.
Listen, it went direct to Don Cheadle, and he canceled it. He had the option. It was up to Don Cheadle, and he canceled it. And I don't make the rules. Don't kill the messenger.
I heard that they're in production, so
I'm not Don Cheadle.
we're gonna get some step
not?
touches real soon.
Don't ever walk backstage.
Do it.
Just don't
Watch it. It's the
do
worst show you'll ever watch, and you'll be hooked.
It's a dance. It's a teen dance show, but it's
What?
not like
So
you
bad.
got served. It like
No.
takes place at like a dance conservatory, and they're like,
Some
"I
of them
can
are
dance."
singers.
Oh, I'm
Oh,
like
some of
already
them are
in.
singers.
Some of
Yeah.
them play the
Yeah.
violin.
Okay, right.
Like that gives it like gravitas. But like,
Yeah.
there's like some violinists.
All right, Twitter questions. Synopsis. We did it on a Friday, on a scintillating Friday. Let's do a. End of the day, if you got into an Uber with what TV character would you like to see behind the wheel?
Behind the wheel?
Yeah, like driving you.
Wouldn't you want like? Can the Flash like bring a car with him? Because wouldn't you want the Flash to drive so you get
bec-
there fast?
No, he'd have to. No,
Damn it!
So he can't be fast in a car?
no.
No, that's about
What a
right.
loser. Well, that's all. I was gonna pick the Flash, and you just ruined it.
That's so lame.
I think
That's
I'm gonna
where his
like-
power stops, really.
Yeah.
Like, that's where his superpower stops.
If he gets in a
like,
car,
"Ooh,
like he
but I
can't just like
can't."
press the gas pedal a bunch of times real fast, like get jam gears. Like that's not how cars work.
Well, they should build a Flash car.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe it's just a Flintstone car. Maybe it's
That's
like a
not how
Flintstone.
it works.
Oh,
he
he's
can
just
run.
running.
Right? She understands
Then
me.
he might as well just run.
Yeah, exactly. You might
I
as
just
well.
want the Flash to be an Uber service, and I
Yeah.
just hop on his back.
Okay, I get that. I'm
Okay,
gonna go
that's my
Nick.
answer.
I'm gonna go Nick Miller from New Girl, just because like he seems.
Aw, yeah, he's really
I
funny.
can hang out with Nick
Oh,
Miller.
I know, like a buddy. Yeah.
He's like, can I stop here and grab a coffee? And then you just like go all over LA with
Yeah,
him. Like, you
I
would
was
never
gonna
get to your
go.
destination.
I was gonna go Peter Griffin from Family Guy.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
get a present.
What's
Yeah.
happening?
It was a present from Christian Harlow.
Aw, just fell out of the sky like it was from God or something.
Christian Harlow.
Yeah, I was gonna
is
go
God.
Peter
Christian
Griffin just
Harlow,
because I
everyone.
feel like he would make me laugh the whole time.
Yes.
And sometimes being in an Uber gets real awk, you know?
Yeah.
So it would be nice
The
just to be
worst.
laughing my ass off from beginning to end.
You know what's great is even though I'm an old dude, I feel like I pick up really cool slang from Sinead when she shows up, like clever, like totally awk, bro. I'm like, I got it. Yes.
Just
And then you're like taking
it's
notes.
just
like,
my breves. That's all. You know, I like to abbreviate
saving
words.
time.
Totally breves in
Like
it.
the Flash.
All right.
Isn't it?
Don't breves. Your outro, Sinead. Where can the good people find you on the internet?
I'm online at Sinead de Vries and at thatsoshinead.com. You guys send in some suggestions for what I should do with synopsis for next. Let's keep this
Yes.
party going.
Agreed.
Game of Thrones was a little bit difficult for me, obviously, but I really appreciate all the support. You guys made me feel like part of the fam, and I really appreciate it. Maybe I'll even watch the freaking show
Bang.
leading up to next
Well, we're
year.
gonna need a synopsis. for
Maybe
next-
I'll do a synopsis of every season, even. You
Whoa.
know, not every episode, but just like like a 1-minute breakdown of the whole season.
Okay, I dig.
I could do that.
Okay.
That's impressive.
But yeah, that is impressive. And I don't know if I'm signing up for too much that
You
I'm
really
getting
just threw yourself into a molten pit
yeah,
of
I don't know if you
fire.
guys have heard, but the terrible twos are a real thing, and if you ever experience it, you will want to die. So we'll see. We'll see.
Grace Hancock.
And I'm Grace Hancock. You can find me online everywhere at Mrs. Grace Face.
I'm Josh Macuga, at Josh Macuga on Twitter and Instagram, The Josh Macuga Show on YouTube. Collider TV Talk here every single day, 9 a.m. PST. We'll be back Monday. David Griffin, Emma Fife. Until then, enjoy your weekend. Drink some beers, watch some football. Put down the book. Pick up the remote.
Hey guys, if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. Also, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. It'll help you stay up to date with everything we've got going on here at Collider.